today on Divorce Court.
I've been with Nicole almost 7 years. I need to get married. I want to go on with my life and make a future and a family.
I love Julio with all my heart, but I'm just not ready to have kids or get married. And I just wish you would respect my wishes and be patient.
I need to move on. If she's not ready to get on ship, I'm off and I'm gone.
Divorce Court is now in session.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here with Nicole Diaz and Julio Llaguno. The two of you have been dating for 7 years. This is one of my favorite kinds of cases. It's before your vows. You two have come to me, you thinking about getting married. You're not quite sure whether it's something you want to do or not. I've gotten your information. I've gotten a compatibility test. I also have your license. Should I decide that this thing is not going to work out, I'm going to tear it up. If not, I'm going to give it back to you with my best wishes. So, Ms. Diaz, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me what you love about him and what is the problem and the concern about getting married?
Well, Your Honor, I love Julio to death. He's a great guy. He's a hard worker. He's very family-oriented, you know, but what I don't like about him is that lately he's been extremely jealous. He's been showing signs of insecurity, which to any lady, it's a turnoff.
Well, tell me something he's done that demonstrates his jealousy and insecurity.
Well, one example, I was home blow drying a friend's hair and I didn't pick up the phone because the blow dryer is, you know, makes noise. And he sends a friend over to the house to see, and his friend knocks on the door and he's like, pick up your phone. Are you okay? Are you alive? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, oh, Julio thinks there's something wrong with you. I'm like, what would be wrong with me? And I was blow drying the hair, you know?
Mr. Llaguno, what would you like to say about that?
I had called her phone just earlier, and she said she was having pains. She was having chest pains, all right? And then I call her, and she doesn't answer. What would any guy think? Come on. She doesn't answer her phone half the time anyway.
But for him to send a friend to the house is...
Absolutely. And I would talk about him like a dog if he didn't. You know, you say you're having chest pains, and then you don't answer the phone. First thing I think, you're on the floor. Heart attack. Where are you?
I just thought it was a bit extreme. I mean, that's
Would you
just...
rather
Do
me
you
not
have
care?
a better jealousy or insecure story than that? Because that was terrible.
No, Your Honor, I mean, like when I don't pick up the phone, he'll keep calling and he won't stop calling. And at times, no, most of the time, I feel that he calls, it's not to conversate. He calls just to make sure that I'm home. And because when I pick up, he's like, where are you? I'm home. Bum, he hangs up. But it's not like, oh, what are you doing? You want to eat with me tonight? Or is your mom cooking? It's not that kind of conversation. So it's just like a check-in. So I don't bother picking up because
you
I don't want to be checked in.
Mr. Llaguno, do you call her a lot? Are you concerned about her whereabouts?
I'm on the street all day long. I work my butt off every single day. And I don't really go out. I don't have any friends. I don't talk to anybody. I don't go anywhere. I don't do anything with my life. The only thing that I wish is that my chick will pick up the phone when I call her. Why do you think I call her so much? Because I call and call and call, she don't answer. And when I do call, she gets mad and she starts yelling at me that, you know, I'm stalking her. Or why are you messing with me so much? I'm trying to watch YouTube or whatever it is that she's doing. And it's like, really?
Now, Mr. Llaguno, you seem a little angry there. You got a little warm. You got a little revved up.
I'm sorry.
Do you have a temper on you a little bit?
I mean, everybody does.
But everybody don't get worked up quite that quickly.
Because she's always trying to paint things to make me look bad. And I do everything in my power to make sure she's got everything that she wants, that I'm trying to make a life for us. I want us to build a future together. And, I mean, I don't have time for a social life. I don't have time to play around. I got a lot of weight on top of my shoulders. And if I don't pull that wagon, who's going to pull it? I got to do it. And I get ridiculed for it because I don't spend enough time. And it's, well, who's going to pay the bills if I don't do it?
Does she give you a hard time about how much you work?
No, I don't,
idea.
Your Honor. I don't give him a
Do you
hard
nag
time.
him? Do you nag him about it?
I appreciate him, and I think he's a great guy. I just think he needs to chill out. He's always talking about our future. I'm like, Julio, we're still young. What, you know, my
Wait,
mother,
you guys have been together 7 years.
Yeah, but he knows the situation, and
What's the situation?
Your Honor, when we first started dating, my father had passed away as well as his grandmother, and it was a very hard time in both our lives. That's what kind of brought us together. And he knows that I'm the only one there for my mom. My mom lives in you know, a big house. I'm not gonna leave my mother in the house by herself to move in with a guy, you know, and I'm not gonna move a guy in with my mom. That's super disrespectful. So he knows, and he's known this, that I will not leave my mom unless she, God willing, she would find her own husband. And that's what we're trying to do.
You mean to tell me that you wouldn't even get married? I mean, I can understand not moving some guy into the house. I get that part.
No.
But you wouldn't even consider getting married until your mother gets hooked up?
So what would happen
Pretty
to my
much.
mother, Your Honor?
I have a mother.
No.
Everybody has a mother.
No.
And you know what happens?
I won't do that.
You get married, and then the mother stays where she is. You
By
go where
herself? No. That's just, I
Your
won't.
Honor, can I speak?
Yes.
In her defense, I know what it's like to lose somebody, all right? I mean, I've lost a lot in the last couple of years. All right, my mother, my brother, I know what it is to lose somebody. But this life doesn't stop. And if you're gonna sit there and tell me that you're gonna put the rest of your life on hold because, you know, her mom doesn't have what she wants anymore, I mean, you're gonna lose your whole life waiting for that. And I don't wanna wait anymore. I know what I want. I've always known what I wanted. And I'm tired of waiting. I'm putting my heart and my soul and my blood and my love into something that I'm not getting that back.
Get it, yeah.
You know?
It's a one-way street.
Exactly. I'm putting everything into it. I work from early as hell in the morning till late at night, every single day. Okay?
So are you supporting her at this time,
Yes,
or is
ma'am.
everybody doing their own thing?
No, he helps me and my mother out tremendously.
Like he pays bills at your mother's house?
No, he doesn't pay bills, but he does everything we need for him to do. And whenever my mom needs a favor, he's always there. He's a great guy. That's not a question. He's just wants too much right now, and that's not where I'm at right now.
Okay. We've been talking about mom and talking about mom and talking about mom, so we might as well meet mom. So your contention has been that Mr. Llaguno is going too fast for you, but it's been 7 years. How long do you think he ought to wait?
Your Honor, we've tried putting my mom on blind dates, but my mom's like extremely picky. Like, I wish my mom would find another love of her life. I really do. I mean, I love being with my mother, but, you know, I want her to be happy as well as me. But that's not the situation right now, so I just have to keep on waiting, you know?
We've been talking about mom and talking about mom and talking about mom, so we might as well meet mom. Ms. Bauer, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Your Honor.
You are a well-loved woman. Your daughter loves you. Mr. Llaguno loves you.
Your Honor.
Why don't you tell me how you feel about this relationship?
Well, Your Honor, let me tell you something. I don't trust him because I know he cheated my daughter and I know he did it before. That's why I don't like him.
Did you catch him? Did somebody tell you about it? How do you know?
Somebody told me, and then I fronted him myself, not to tell my daughter. And then I saw him some red thing in his neck, and he told me that's nothing because he was wearing a jacket because he's working construction contractor, and he said he was wearing that jacket and he's working so hard that they're rubbing his neck. That's what he told me. Yes, you told me that.
Mr. Llaguno, there's almost nothing to respond to, but go ahead if you have something to say.
I carry windows and doors, impact glass, and sometimes hurricane systems that are over 250 pounds. I have red marks all the time on my necks, on my shoulders, on my arms, on my back. I get beat up bad at work. And if, because I come home with a little red mark on my neck, she's gonna say that I cheated? Come on, man.
Is that the only complaint that you have about him? That one, you think he cheated because he had a red mark on his neck, which is just a little absurd. But do you have any other concerns about him? He seems like a nice guy. He's waiting forever for your daughter.
Well,
he helps around your house.
Well, he's a nice guy when he wants to be, you know. Sometimes when he comes to my house, very nice. Even he go inside, says hi to me, very nice, go play piano and everything. But another day, he come to my house and walking like that, and I said, not even say hi to me. It's moody. Sometimes I think he's like a double personality. You know, if he really wants to get married, my daughter, you know, every dream of the daughter wants to have a ring. Okay, if he cannot do it, a diamond, at least a zirconia. I never saw a ring, not even for cover. or copper, I mean.
She wouldn't even
Never,
talk
never
about
see a ring. What is the
asked-
ring?
Your Honor, the thing is that we don't even talk much about it because every time I try to bring it up, she's like, that's you guys. And she stays out of it. But she hears everything from her daughter, okay? So every time I try to bring it up lately to her daughter, she gets mad at me. She starts yelling, look, I don't want to argue, I don't want to argue, I don't want to argue. She starts freaking out at me. I'm like, okay. So I shut up
Because we
about
shouldn't
it.
even be talking about marriage. That's the whole point.
But that's what I want, Your Honor.
We shouldn't be talking about marriage.
Hang on. Do you want your daughter to live with you until you find somebody new, or do you think she has the right to have her own life with her own man?
No. What I want for my daughter is her happiness and to have the right guy. You know, but no,
Yes,
he's
and if that's not me,
If
I don't
she
wanna
got
waste
the
any more
right
time.
guy, you wouldn't mind her getting married.
You're
But
right.
you just don't think he's the right guy.
No, because he's too possessive and he's demanding. That's why.
I
That's
hardly
why
ever
I'm
see her
not happy
anymore.
with
How is that
him.
demanding?
Yes, he is.
I'm always working.
Look, I'm gonna ask Ms. Diaz. Can you tell me about something he's done that demonstrates he's possessive?
Possessive? I mean, he bugs a lot. You know, he's just bugs, not possessive. He's just little things he does, but not possessive.
Oh, one more, Ms. Bauer, and it better be short. What you gotta say?
Okay, you know, one for me is possessive or whatever. You know, I caught it, send a friend to my house. I was looking the window, taking pictures to the cars because she was not answering the phone. You know, because they say
That was one time.
she's alive. One time, no, I caught it.
What are you taking pictures for?
That was one time.
Yes, that's what he do.
Well, what were you doing it
Because
for?
I want to know who the heck is at her house at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, I got it.
Okay?
I see the nature of the difficulty. I really do. That was the worst 90-second sales job. You could not have sold a free steak to a starving man. You went straight into the criticism. Bam, 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 bam. Mrs. Bauer, I want to thank you so much for coming here. Why don't you have a seat right over there, because I'm going to continue to talk to these two. I went through your compatibility test. You're a trip. An all-day, all-over-the-place trip. I asked if there's something your intended spouse should probably know before you marry them that he doesn't already know, and you said that you're the perfect package.
She is.
You see, agreed.
I asked what don't you like about your intended. You said his nails are dirty.
Because he works.
He's shaving, tired of the T-shirts, works too much, and he's insecure.
It's true, Your Honor, because he works hard, and that is a fact. And when he comes home, sometimes he just gets a beer from the fridge, and that's where he stays, in his dirty clothes with the beer. It's, you know, and I understand because you're tired, but it happens a lot. You know, that's not sexy.
Mr. Llaguno, when I asked you to list 5 things you don't like about your intended, you wrote 10 of them. You kept drawing new lines.
I do love her, but that's what I would change.
I
love her. I love her with all my heart.
And the writing got bigger and bigger, and it got more exclamation points as it went down the page. You're passionate. I usually, at this point in time, say, give me your best 90-second sales job on why he's the guy for you. So I'm going to ask you, give me 90 seconds. Give him 90 seconds of some kind of love, passion, and concern that you have for him. And work hard at it, Ms. Diaz.
Please.
Because you're looking pretty weak so far.
No,
I
love him, and I know he loves me. So for that reason, I love him even more. And I know that he's not perfect, but you know, he just has to be patient because my mother might say she wants me, she doesn't need me, but I know that's not true. And she does need me, and he knows that. There's no man in the house to help her with stuff. It's just me and him, and he's the one that helps with the manly stuff. You just have to be patient, you know? Babies are not in right now. No, later.
That was the worst 90-second sales job. You could not have sold a free steak to a starving man. That was pitiful. You're supposed to say you love the guy.
I did.
And you know why you said you loved him? Because he loved you. That was it. Nothing about about his character, nothing about who he was, nothing about what kind of person he is. And then you went straight into the criticism. Bam, 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 bam. Just shooting at him. Mr. Llaguno, I would normally ask you to do a 90-second sales job, but I don't want to go out like that. So I'm going to say something instead. Mr. Llaguno, run. Don't walk. To the nearest exit. Do you hear me? I get that. I get that. Love is a wonderful thing. But if somebody's not treating you right, if somebody's using you and not treating you well, all the love in the world won't change that. She couldn't come up with one kind word to say to you. She's telling you that she has absolutely no intention of leaving her mother's house, even though her mother says that she doesn't need her to stay there. It's the most absurd thing I ever heard. She's using you. She's not. She's not the love of your life. Hey,
he knows
listen,
that's not true, Your
stop
Honor.
it.
He knows that's not true.
Stop it. She's annoying to me, and I'm trying to get past that.
You don't love her. You don't know her like that.
I get that. I get that. You're angry because she won't commit to you, and I'm telling you, she's not going to commit to you.
I don't want her just to marry me, I want her to marry me because she wants to spend the rest of her life with me. I want her to marry me because she loves me back.
And I'm telling you, that's not there. Don't see it. Don't hear it.
I don't believe that.
Don't feel it.
I love you,
You
baby.
can hang on.
I love you.
You can hang on forever if you want to, but she's not going to change her mind because she knows you're not going to go anywhere. She has no motivation to be any different than she is because you're on the hook for good. You're angry about being on the hook, but you won't get off the hook. And that's just, and nobody can help you with that. Nobody can help you see what the future is, but I'm looking right at it. And the future's right there. She's telling you that. I always used to tell women, never make a man tell you he doesn't want you more than once. Well, never make a woman do it either. She keeps telling you, I don't want the life that you want. Believe her. You're good looking, you work hard, you're a passionate man, I bet you love hard with. You can get over it. I have been dumped by a couple of dudes. You get over it. I call it involuntarily emancipated because you're free, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And I want you to be free. I want you to have a kind of love and a relationship when a woman is excited about being with you, is thrilled to be in your presence, in your home, in your arms, to be the #1 lady in your existence, as opposed to, I'm staying with my mama, he gonna have to get over it. And I'm the best thing, I'm the full package, all of that. I can't make you leave, but if I had an explosive device, I would put this in it and tear it up. I want you to be happy, Mr. Llaguno. I think you're a great guy, and I know I'm telling you something you don't want to hear, but I want you to be happy. I want you to be loved. I want you to have the children that you want. I want you to have the future that you want to have, but this woman isn't giving it to you. This matter is adjourned.
I don't think she's right. I think that maybe she just needs more time. I don't want to give up on her. I care about her. I told her even if we break up, I'm always going to be there for her. I'm always going to help her out. I'm always going to give her money and whatever else I can do to help her. That's never going to change, whether we're together or not. I haven't given up. I haven't given up.